Coin Dawn viewers, welcome to my part 4 of the 5-part series on Chinese coins and history. This part will cover the coinage and glorious history of the Ming Dynasty. The Ming Dynasty, also known as the Great Ming, was an imperial dynasty of China ruling from 1368 to 1644, following the collapse of the Mughal-led Yuan dynasty. Did you know the Ming Dynasty was the last orthodox dynasty of China ruled by the Han people, the majority ethnic group in China? And guys, these are my 7 pieces of Ming Dynasty coins which I took more than a decade to collect. They are really glorious. And later on, since these coins are so valuable, I'm going to give you some collector tips and the specification of the coins. So stay tuned and hit the subscribe button. If you're collecting old Chinese coins, it's important that you understand the specifications of the coins so you can collect authentic coins. Most of the coins were made out of bronze and they weighed about 3.58 to 3.78 gram with a diameter of 23.5 mm. On the front of the coin, there are 4 Chinese ideograms. You got to read them top to bottom and right to left. These coins, or the Tongbao, had the emperor's name for each of the periods. There were some remarkable emperors on the throne during this period. The founder emperor, Emperor Hongwu, he was the founding father of the Ming Dynasty. He attempted to create a society of self-sufficient rural communities ordered in a rigid, immobile system that would guarantee and support a permanent class of soldiers for his dynasty. And there was the dynamic Emperor Yongle. He established Yan as a secondary capital and renamed it Beijing. He also constructed the Forbidden City and restored the Grand Canal and the primacy of the imperial examinations in official appointments. And finally, there was Emperor Chongzhen, who was the 17th and the last emperor of the Ming Dynasty. He reigned from 1627 to 1644. And here is a very important historical fact and personality of that era. He was Admiral Cheng He, or commonly known as Cheng Ho. He was a Chinese mariner, explorer, diplomat, fleet admiral, and a court eunuch during the China's early Ming Dynasty. Admiral Cheng Ho was originally born as Ma He in a Muslim family and later adopted the surname Zheng, conferred by the Yongle Emperor. Commissioned by the Yongle Emperor and later the Sunda Emperor, Zheng commanded 7 expeditionary treasure voyages to Southeast Asia, South Asia, West Asia, and East Africa from 1405 to 1433. According to legend, his larger ships carried hundreds of sailors on 4 decks and were almost twice as long as any wooden ship ever recorded. In terms of religious practices, the dominant religious beliefs during this era were the various forms of Chinese folk religion and the 3 teachings: Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. In terms of medical advances, Li Yizhen, one of the most renowned pharmacologists and physicians in Chinese history, belonged to the late Ming period. His Benkao Gangmu is a medical text with 1,892 entries, each entry with its own name called a gang. and the mu in the title refers to the synonyms of each name. And did you know, throughout the Ming Dynasty, around 50 texts were published on the treatment of smallpox. And in regards to oral hygiene, the Chinese were the first to invent the modern bristle toothbrush in 1498 using stiff pig hair. And now for this all-important segment on how to make money collecting old Chinese coins. So here are some tips for Ming Dynasty coins. Number 1, collect the Hongwu Tongbao, which was minted in Henan in 1368 to 1393. The next coin would be the Suande Dongbao, which was minted at Fujian in Jiangxi Mints during 1425 to 1435. And finally, the Hongshi Dongbao, which was minted in Hubei and Guilin Mint from 1487 to 1505. The most rarest of the coins are the Longjing Dongbao, which is very rare, and it was minted from 1566 to 1572. This is a coin that should be in your collection if you can afford it. And that's all I have for you guys on this video. I hope it was useful. You learned some important facts about Chinese history and Chinese coinage. My next video would be the final video on Chinese Empire history and coins, and it's going to feature the last dynasty, the Qing Dynasty. If you enjoyed the show and liked my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I will bring you more great videos. That's all guys, bye.